Yo, what's good, everyone? So today I'll be sharing with you a little bit on ways to overcome depression. So, um, I'll be sharing 10 steps to overcome depression. Just for context, my name is Davidson Hang, and I'm a life coach. I've gone through a lot of ups and downs in life. Most of my depression comes from money. If, am I good enough? Taking a lot of risk, impulse control, and overall, like just being really hard on myself. So I'll share with you 10 steps that I have used to overcome depression. And if you have any comments, let me see how to do this because I'm live streaming on YouTube right now. I think let me go to the I'm trying to making sure I'm not missing any questions or anything like that. Okay. Ah, I guess it's fine, not a big deal. So today I'm gonna be sharing a little bit about overcoming depression and crap, I don't want to miss anyone's comments. Let me see if there's like a link. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. I have the chat up now. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, like feel free to ask me questions. So I think when you have depression, so let me provide a little bit more context as well. So the reason I think I've been depressed for on and off for the last 2.5 years is because I left like a lot of money, like I was making really good money at big tech companies like LinkedIn, Udemy, Fortune magazine, etc. So I had the status of working for like a top tier company, and I realized that so much of my identity was on oh, let me record this actually. Okay. So the reason why I think I've been depressed over the last 2.5 years is because I was really attached to my identity. So I had a lot of fame and status, and when I worked at LinkedIn, I was like very popular, and I left. And when I worked at these big organizations, I had a lot of success, and I ended up, and I was really liked, right? I had a lot of friends, a lot of people liked me. And I think what happened, so today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 steps to overcome depression. So I'm writing an article about this as well, like a LinkedIn newsletter. So once again, the things that I was depressed about was like not having enough money, am I good enough, taking a lot of risk, impulse control, and being really hard on myself. So those are like the five central themes. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five central themes. So the first step I would say is sounds really simple, but do things that make you happy, right? I was neglecting my health, and I just wasn't I wasn't seeing people. So like being around like positive people like helped a lot. Like being able to see my best friends in California was another step that helped me uh be on the right direction. So I was able to hang out with like Davis and Regina and stuff like that. Actually having time away from like home has been helpful. So I got to travel a little bit to go to like California and London. And that was really nice because I was able to just chill out a little bit and not because I think sometimes like a change of scenery is good for you. It just allows you to reflect and just be grateful for things. So the next step, number five, would be like gratitude, like being able to be grounded and realize that like life isn't that terrible, right? Like I think we often make it out to be harder than it really is, but it's really just a matter of just being with yourself and not being so hard on yourself. So the things that I'm grateful for, so like a gratitude practice, and sometimes it's hard to be grateful, right? It's like I'm in a mountain of debt. I don't have maybe I got laid off from a job, or I'm not making money that I used to, right? So the next step is to notice what attachments we have to the past, right? So maybe it's like, oh, I was really close to these friends and then they moved away. So there's usually some sort of attachment, right? In my case, being attached to my jobs, being attached to having the status, like being attached to being like a LinkedIn employee or a Coach Hub employee and like being the man at Coach Hub and like all these different things, right? So there's an attachment to my perceived identity and there's an attachment to like really, I would say so I would say there's like five attachments. So the five attachments are um one, I would say status, two, money, three, relationships, right? If friends move away, for instance. And then the other two things is wishing I had something that I didn't have. So for instance, like a lot of my friends have moved away. So it would be like, oh, I wish they would contact me a lot more. I wish, my friend that moved to California would call me more. But I feel like that energy is like kind of needy. So, and then the next attachment would be like attachment to material things, like, oh, I'm so used to like living in New York City, for instance, or oh, I'm used to having a really nice car, or I'm used to having a nice house, right? And then when we don't have it, we feel like something's missing. So that's number six. Number seven, the steps I would take is just like think back to all of your accomplishments, right? I know that's tough, like especially you're feeling really down. Like, how do I think about all of the good stuff that has happened? Well, we all have good stuff. Like sometimes, well, not sometimes. We are always our own worst critic, and I know this because I've coached hundreds of people in my lifetime. So after hundreds of data points, it's safe to say that we're always our own worst critic. So just being mindful that we're probably not as bad as we think we are. We always think, oh, like we always so that's number eight. Like we think we're alone, but in reality, we're not. It's like we think, oh, no one could possibly understand how I feel. I'm so unique. I'm so special. Like, it's like, dude, there's plenty of other Asian people out there, plenty of short dudes who are shorter than 5'5", right? There's a lot of um people who grew up in poor families or people that was discriminated, have microaggressions, whatever it is, right? So I think a thing when we think we're alone, reach out to community, right? So in my case, like there's a lot of Asian dudes that I coach. So I built a community around being creating a safe space to process some of these emotions, right? So just reaching out to people, like whether it's mentors, um, so reaching out to mentors would be number nine. And the value of a mentor is that they are able to give you perspective, like when you're feeling kind of like in the dumps, when you're feeling like not as motivated. It's it's helpful to, but then also noticing like, huh, why do I need that validation, right? It's sometimes easier to ask for help, but when we do the deep work ourselves, we realize that we are capable of a lot of things, and you are capable of a lot of things. That's why you're watching this video. That's why you know that there's a path forward. And lastly, number 10 is just hire a coach, a therapist, psychologist, whatever you want to call it, right? Having a coach helps you be able to talk through these like very difficult emotions and start to have a game plan, start to have a vision forward, right? What does that vision look like? Does that mean that I'm reaching out to other companies at Google and Amazon to try to get a better job? Is it networking? Like we all try to do things on our own, but it's so much more helpful when you have accountability and you have someone that will help guide you in the right direction. You know, like before all of this, before I hired a coach, I was making like 30 something thousand dollars a year, wasn't capable of landing a job. I was like really hard on myself. I was gaining weight. I was like partying and doing a lot of alcohol on the weekends and like just spending all of my money on, I mean, I could judge myself and be like, oh, on the wrong things. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was fun to go clubbing and be with friends and all that, but definitely now it's a lot more productive with how I'm spending my money and all that good stuff. So sing with me, cherry cherry lady. Rohan, what's good, brother? So I hope this was helpful for you. I'm going to be doing more live streams on these types of topics, but those are the 10 steps I would take to overcome depression. Let me know which ones you enjoyed below. So, all right. So just to summarize, just to bottom line it to make sure I got the point across. So, all right. Let me I'm trying to, oh man, I have so many tabs up. This is not a little bit messy. So basically after this, I get to write the post. So you guys get to see how I'm able to, basically everything that I just said, you'll be able to see me translate it into verbal so that I can post this onto um onto LinkedIn newsletter. So here, let me share my screen so I can show you guys how I do this. All right. Um, share screen, desktop too. Okay. So well, this is what I do, right? I'll put the article on this side and then I'll open up my LinkedIn so you could see. So, oh, cool. I got some new followers. So when I get new followers, okay. Yeah, that's cool. So I got 18,261 people. And then you can see like sort of the analytics and all that stuff. So that's cool, right? You can see kind of like the progress. So in 1 year, oh, so this tells me like interesting. It tells you how many new followers you get every day. A lot of account executives. So that's good. That means I have a lot of salespeople. All right. So this is what I do. I go to my newsletter. Making sure you guys can see this. Um, oh, is this not working? Oh, okay, it does work. Yay. Okay. So I go to newsletter and then I go to, oh, so I gained some new subscribers. I gained one new subscriber from yesterday. So that's growing. All right. So I create a new edition and then I made a thumbnail earlier. So it's just going to be called 10 steps, 10 steps to overcoming depression. All right. So I'll use like ChatGPT usually to help me come up with like ideas. Let me see. Do I have already ChatGPT up? There you go. ChatGPT. So I'll say I'm writing a LinkedIn newsletter on, well, actually, let me put, so I don't miss your guys' comments. Let me put this on this screen. Unless a person has a problem, he will not understand. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Rohan. You're a smart dude. So, oh wait, ChatGPT. Okay. Let me make this smaller and then move this over here. Okay. On 10 steps to overcome depression, can you help me write a concise but valuable article using these steps I've mentioned in my video? Oh, and come up with a solid hook. All right. These are the main reasons why I was depressed. And it was my attachment to money, asking myself, am I good enough? Taking a lot of risks that were out of integrity that I did not have a solid game plan for, and my lack of impulse control, and how that is affecting my financial situation, and how hard I'm being on myself mentally and emotionally. Okay, and these are the top 10 steps that I took to overcome depression. Okay, just like trading, my man Rohan is a regular philosopher at California and traveling to London to. You're a smart dude, man. Okay. Oh, did I post this twice? What just happened? Okay. 5 attachments. I see. All right. Let's see what they said. Unlocking your path to personal liberation. Unlock your path. Oh, this is a good one. Let's try this. Okay. Are you grappling? Ah, let's go ChatGPT. All right, let's see if this is good. Because if it's a little bit too generic, then are you grappling with the weight of depression? Unsure how to navigate the labyrinth of emotions and challenges it brings? You're not alone. Oh, that's a good one. Not alone. Depression can cast a shadow over every aspect of life, leaving us trapped and hopeless. But fear not, for within, do you know why people go into depression? Yeah, I think so, Rohan. I believe it's because we're very attached to I think we're attached to the past. So there's like being attached to status, money, relationships, wishing I need something, being like needy and being attached to like our material things. So if we lose our car, if we lose our job, we lose our relationships, or like a girlfriend or boyfriend or a spouse or whatever, husband, wife. I think that's some of the reasons why we get into depression. Transforming. What do you think, Rohan? Why do you think that is? Light, darkness to light. Pursue joy. Surround yourself with positivity. Nurture connections. Seek solace and reflection. Practice gratitude. Acknowledging. Releasing attachment. So this one I could add more context, right? Oops. Say too often we we become very attached to our work, relationships, money, material things. So when we lose them, when we lose them, for instance, losing a job, or being attached to traveling at the company's dime, we lose a sense of our identity. It's very simple. It's the result of decision taken by a person today. If he goes wrong, then there's a problem, and the most important thing that is he is a human being. Yeah, that's very deep, man. Yeah, Rohan brings up a really good point. Um, my friend Rohan brings up brings up a good point. We have to face the consequences of our action, and nobody can save us but ourselves. Yes, hiring a coach or seeing a therapist can help facilitate some of these challenging moments. But at the end of the day, we also need to take action. And without action without deep introspection, we will follow the same path, or we will doom scroll social media without a clear purpose in mind. My friend Rohan brings up a good point. We have to face the consequences on our actions, and nobody can save us but ourselves. Yes, hiring a coach or seeing a therapist can help facilitate some of these challenging moments. But at the end of the day, we also need to take action. Without action or deep introspection, we will follow the same path, or we will deem social media without a clear purpose in mind. Hiring coaches have personally helped me create an action plan, and and it could be as small as tomorrow running 1 mile, but that mile is for me. It's not for my social media, Instagram followers, but it's that I chose this action because I love myself. Okay, mentorship. Cool. This is good. All right, let's try this. The 10 steps. My name, never thought. Rohan. I don't know if you care if I put your last name, but let me see. Salanki. If you're okay with it, I'll just post. We have to face the consequences of our actions. Nobody could save us but ourselves. Yes. So what did you say? The simple reason it's the result. Here, I'll just say, let me screenshot what you just said. Screenshot. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna screenshot what you just wrote because I don't want to mess up your there you go. Yeah. Okay, so that's a good one. So I'm gonna put this here, and then I like the beginning as a good hook. Okay, cool. Let's try this. Embrace solace, like hanging out. So I'd say hanging out. Let me put a little note. Hanging out and spending quality time with my best friends, Regina and Davis, and their beautiful daughters help me be able to realize that I'll always have close friends no matter the distance. It's just a matter of making the effort. And it's okay to have a couple months to reflect and be super intentional about what you want to do next. Okay, cool. Uh, I'll put this in here as well. So, what else? Seek mentorship. Sometimes we lose sight of who we are for people. In catching up with my good friend Garrett last week, I was grounded in my truth, and he helped me come up with this realization. when speaking with chief revenue officers? My name is Davidson Hang. Davidson Hang. And I bold. All right, I got you, bro. Shout out to Roham. And I don't I don't know about your revenue goals, but what I do know for sure is that I have taken more sales training than you ever have in your lifetime or on anyone in your organization for that matter. For that anyone in your for that matter. Wait, how do I say this? I've taken more sales training than you ever have in your lifetime, anyone in your information, and I know that for a fact. And then share, this is the value I can provide to you. We all know salespeople aren't being trained properly. Everyone is doing death by PowerPoint, and and that's why you are losing your deals. Let me come in and change and shift the way you sell to your clients, resulting resulting in millions of dollars of added ACV. It's people like Garrett who lift you up when you least expect it. Never forget that you are capable of more than you think you can. We are all our own worst critic. I know this. I know this for a fact because I've coached over 100 tech sales professionals. We aren't the best judge of ourselves because we our minds are wired to look for threats, where others, the ones closest to us, see us see us for who we really are. Okay. All right. This is good. Good for a quote. Make sure this makes sense. Sometimes we lose sight of who we are for people. In catching up with my good friend Garrett last week, I was grounded in my truth. He helped me with this realization when speaking with chief revenue officers. My name is Davidson Hang, and what can be the simple solution to get out of depression? Um, I mean, I think it's pretty simple, right? It's release attachments, like our attachments to money, status, having gratitude, right? Shifting from scarcity to abundance. So just like appreciate the little things in life that make you happy, you know? So let me say, in just appreciating, in just appreciating the little things in life, every morning I have a simple, what are 5 things I'm grateful for today? Example, the unconditional love of my mom, my mother, my beautiful wife who is healthy and alive, my sisters, um, always wanting to hang out and build a deeper relationship with me, a job that doesn't feel like a job, well, I'd say a career that doesn't feel like a job. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This this took less than 3 minutes, but shifted my mindset from scarcity to abundance in less than, yeah. Okay, cool. But what I do know for sure is I've taken more sales training than you ever have in your life for anyone organization. I know that for a fact. This is the value I provide to you. Salespeople aren't properly trained, and everyone is doing death by PowerPoint. Have you ever been depressed? Yes, Rohan. That's why I'm making this video, because I just went through depression the last 2 to 3 months. So that's why I'm making this. Just kind of sharing with people like my journey and why I was depressed and some of the steps I've taken to get over depression. Okay, cool. All right, let's do this. Oh, and then I could okay, and then I could say I made a video about this. Uh, I made a video on this topic. Enjoy. Uh, let me know what others. Oh, you've never been depressed? Is that what you're saying? Enjoy. Let me know what other steps you've taken to get yourself out of a funk. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna post this on. So yeah, this is a lot. So let me do this. Okay. Oh, here you go. Let's try this. All right, Garrett. I don't think, does Davis even have LinkedIn? I feel like he doesn't even use it. No, he doesn't really use it. Help me be able to realize. Okay, sometimes we lose sight. Okay, cool. Some people don't know that they're in depression. How will they know? It's a good question. Um, Good question. Overcoming. Let me finish this real quick. Overcoming depression, mental health, resilience. Okay. How do people know if they're depressed? That's a good point. I would say for me, it's like, let me, oh crap, let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, I would say for me, it's like how you know you're depressed is if you're like not doing the things that make you happy. Like for me, it was like I felt like I didn't have any confidence. Like I felt like I couldn't make any money. I didn't want to work. Like I was lazy. I was distracting myself with video games and oh, so this is good. I should write this. Distracting here. this is another video, I feel like. How do you know you are depressed? Playing too much video games, distracting yourself, um, not being happy with yourself, like overeating, spending money for no reason, like shopping too much, or um, like being really hard on yourself, comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to others. Yeah, that's how I know when I'm depressed. So, all right. So this is a good video. I'm gonna come back and do another video that's more geared towards um things to get promoted or things how to break like 6 figures.